Somewhere in Okinawa, Japan, a 94-year-old woman rises from her futon at 6 in the morning without assistance. Her knees do not protest. Her lower back does not seize. She slept for 7 hours, and she woke the way she has woken for decades, unhurried, clear-headed, and without the dull ache that so many people her age have simply accepted as the price of growing older. Most people in the Western world wake up differently. If you are over 60, you may already know exactly what I mean. The first few minutes after waking, that slow negotiation with your lower back, the shoulders that are already stiff before your feet have touched the floor, the legs that feel heavier than they should. Most people have accepted that as the cost of getting older. They have stopped questioning it. But here is what Japanese physicians and rehabilitation specialists will tell you. The position in which you sleep is not a neutral variable. Your body is not simply resting during those 7 or 8 hours. It is doing structural work, or it is undoing it. Every hour spent in the wrong position is an hour your spine spends under uneven load, your circulation spends working against its own physiology, and your joints spend accumulating the small indignities that show up as morning stiffness, chronic neck tension, and legs that feel heavy before the day has even started. Japan consistently ranks among the nations with the longest healthy lifespans on Earth. Okinawa, in particular, has been studied exhaustively. Its diet, its community structure, its approach to movement and rest. What receives considerably less attention is how Japanese sleep culture approaches the body during those hours of stillness. Not just how long, how. These are not secrets in the dramatic sense of the word. They are structural habits refined across generations that Western sleep science is now producing the research to explain. Some of the findings are intuitive. One of them is not. There is a specific sleeping position that researchers have connected to something that happens inside the brain during sleep. A biological clearing process involving proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease. When the clinical results arrived, the researchers described them as unexpected. We will return to that at the end. Before we get there, tell me in the comments, how old are you and where in the world are you watching from? I read every one. Here are 5 sleeping positions that Japanese longevity culture has practiced for generations, and what the science now tells us about why they work. Position 1. Left side sleeping. In traditional Japanese households, the futon is laid low to the ground, and the sleeper is expected to find a position that works with the body's natural architecture rather than against it. For generations, left side sleeping has been quietly preferred, not as a rule, but as an accumulated cultural instinct passed from grandmothers to grandchildren. Western sleep science has spent the last 2 decades catching up to what that instinct understood. The reason comes down to simple anatomy. Your heart sits slightly left of center in your chest. When you sleep on your left side, the heart does not have to work against gravity to push blood through your descending aorta, the main highway that carries oxygenated blood downward through the body. The angle assists circulation rather than resisting it. For adults over 60, whose cardiovascular systems are already working with less reserve than they once had, that reduction in cardiac effort across 7 hours of sleep is not trivial. There is more. The stomach and the pancreas both sit naturally on the left side of the abdominal cavity. Left side sleeping allows the stomach to empty downward into the small intestine following its natural orientation, which is why this position has long been associated with reduced acid reflux and better overnight digestion. The lymphatic system, which processes waste through a network of vessels, also drains predominantly toward the left. Sleeping on the left side works with that drainage direction rather than compressing it. To practice this, place a firm pillow between your knees to keep your hips level and prevent the upper leg from pulling your lower spine into rotation. Your shoulder should not bear your full weight. Tuck it slightly forward so your rib cage rests on the mattress rather than the joint itself. That handles the body's circulatory architecture. But there is a separate problem that most side sleepers are creating without knowing it, and it is happening at the other end of the spine entirely. Position 2. Back sleeping with cervical support. Most people who sleep on their backs do so without giving any thought to what their neck is doing. They lay flat, Their head sinks into a pillow that is either too thick or too thin, and their cervical spine, the 7 vertebrae that run from the base of the skull to the upper back, spends the night in a position it was not designed to sustain. The cervical spine has a natural inward curve. Physicians call this lordosis. When you lie flat on a pillow that pushes the chin toward the chest, that curve reverses. The muscles at the back of the neck spend the entire night contracting to compensate. By morning, what you feel as stiffness or a dull headache is actually the accumulated fatigue of muscles that worked through the night when they should have been recovering. Back sleeping, done correctly, is one of the most structurally neutral positions available. The weight of the body distributes evenly across the mattress surface. The spine can decompress along its entire length. No single joint bears disproportionate load. Japanese rehabilitation physicians recommend it specifically for adults managing lower back compression because the supine position removes the asymmetrical forces that side sleeping and stomach sleeping impose on the lumbar vertebrae. The correction is simple. Use a cervical pillow, one with a lower loft in the center and a raised edge at the base, so that your neck is supported in its natural curve rather than flattened against it. Place a pillow or a rolled blanket beneath your knees. This flattens the lower back gently against the mattress and takes the hip flexors out of tension. Many people who have dismissed back sleeping as uncomfortable have never tried it with their knees supported. It is a different experience entirely. Take a moment and think honestly about how you felt this morning when you got out of bed. Not last week, this morning. Was the first thing you did a negotiation with your lower back? Did your neck feel tight before you had taken a single step? Most people over 60 have quietly accepted that as the cost of aging. It is not. It is the cost of spending 7 hours in a position that works against the body rather than with it. The difference between a person who moves freely at 75 and one who doesn't often comes down to decisions that seem too small to matter until they compound. This is one of those decisions. Back sleeping decompresses the spine from top to bottom, but the legs, particularly in adults over 60, need something more targeted than decompression alone. Position 3. Legs elevated. Japanese rehabilitation clinics that work with older adults consistently observe a pattern. Patients who sleep with their legs slightly elevated report less morning heaviness in the lower limbs, less overnight swelling in the ankles, and a quality of sleep that feels more restorative. This observation has accumulated over decades of clinical practice, and its explanation is straightforward once you understand what the legs are doing at night. By evening, fluid has been collecting in the lower legs since morning. This is not a pathology. It is physics. Gravity pulls fluid downward throughout the day, and the lymphatic and venous systems must work continuously to return it upward. For adults over 60, particularly those with any degree of venous insufficiency, reduced capacity in the one-way valves that prevent blood from pooling in the legs, that upward return is less efficient than it once was. The result is the familiar heaviness, the slight puffiness around the ankles, the legs that feel tired in a way that walking alone cannot fully explain. Think about what that actually costs. A walk cut short because the legs just feel done. Lying down in the afternoon not because you are sleepy, but because your lower body is asking for relief. Waking at 2 in the morning, shifting and turning because there is a low, persistent discomfort you cannot quite place. For many people over 60, these are not occasional inconveniences. They are the quiet background noise of every single day. And for most of them, the legs never got a real night's rest. They just got horizontal. Elevating the legs during sleep reverses gravity's work. When the feet are positioned above the level of the heart, venous blood and lymphatic fluid drain back toward the core without any muscular effort required. The legs genuinely rest. By morning, the tissue is less congested, the joints move with less resistance, and the first steps of the day feel measurably different. You do not need an adjustable bed. Place a firm pillow, or 2 stacked pillows, beneath your calves, not beneath your heels. Supporting the heels alone creates a pressure point and can aggravate the Achilles tendon. The calves should rest on the pillow with the ankles free. The elevation only needs to be 4 to 6 inches above heart level to be effective. Elevating the legs addresses fluid return in the vascular system. The next position addresses something structurally adjacent but functionally distinct: the alignment of the hips and the pressure it places on the joints that carry you through every waking hour. Position 4. Semi-fetal with knee support. There is a reason that human beings, across virtually every culture and every era, instinctively curl slightly when they sleep. It is not a regression to infancy, as it is sometimes described. It is biomechanics. The semi-fetal position, on your side, hips and knees gently bent, body forming a soft curve rather than a rigid line, places the lumbar spine in its position of least mechanical stress. The intervertebral discs, the small fluid-filled cushions between each vertebra that absorb shock and allow movement, are under lower compressive load in this position than in almost any other. For adults over 60, disc hydration matters more than most people realize. During the day, those discs compress under body weight and gradually lose fluid. At night, in the right position, they rehydrate. A spine that is held in neutral alignment during sleep wakes with discs that have recovered more fully. A spine that is torqued or overextended during sleep wakes with discs that have not. That difference compounds over years. What separates the semi-fetal from simply curling on your side is one detail: the support between the knees. Without it, the upper knee drops forward under its own weight, rotating the pelvis and pulling the lumbar spine out of the neutral position you are trying to maintain. A pillow between the knees, thick enough to keep the hips stacked directly above each other, holds the pelvis level and keeps the lower spine in the mild, natural curve it is designed to rest in. The shoulder, as with left side sleeping, should be rolled slightly forward rather than pinned beneath the body. The semi-fetal position protects the spine by maintaining its architecture. What comes next does something different entirely. And it is the reason this video exists. Position 5, the lateral position for glymphatic clearance. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned a biological clearing process that happens inside the brain during sleep, one involving proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease and research results that the scientists themselves described as unexpected. If that sounded like the kind of claim that deserves skepticism, that skepticism is reasonable. Hold on to it for just a moment, because the mechanism is worth understanding before you decide what to make of the finding. Your brain produces metabolic waste as a normal consequence of being active. One of those waste products is a protein called amyloid beta, the same protein that accumulates in the brains of people with Alzheimer's disease. For decades, researchers understood that the brain clears this waste during sleep, but the mechanism was not well understood. Then, in 2013, a team at the University of Rochester discovered something that changed the conversation entirely. They identified what they called the glymphatic system, a network of channels surrounding the brain's blood vessels that expands significantly during sleep, allowing cerebrospinal fluid, the clear fluid that bathes and cushions the brain, to flush through brain tissue and carry waste products out. The word glymphatic combines glial cells, the support cells of the brain, with lymphatic, reflecting how this system performs the same waste clearance function for the brain that the lymphatic system performs for the rest of the body. During waking hours, these channels are relatively narrow. During sleep, they open. The brain, quite literally, washes itself. What the researchers did not initially set out to study was whether body position affected how efficiently that clearing occurred. But when they examined it, the results were striking. A study published in the Journal of Neuroscience found that the lateral position, sleeping on your side, supported significantly more efficient glymphatic transport than either back sleeping or stomach sleeping. The side sleeping position appeared to optimize the flow of cerebrospinal fluid through the brain's clearing channels in a way the other positions did not. That distinction matters because this position is genuinely different from the left side sleeping we covered earlier. Left side sleeping serves the body, the heart, the lymphatics, the digestive system. This position serves the brain. Different organ, different mechanism, different direction of benefit entirely. The reason they are worth combining is that the left lateral position happens to be the one that delivers both, which is why sleeping on your left side with knees gently bent and a pillow between them is not a compromise. It is the most productive sleeping position most adults can adopt. To be clear about what this research does and does not show, it does not prove that sleeping on your side prevents Alzheimer's disease. The science is not at that stage. What it shows is that the brain's overnight waste-clearing process, a process we know is connected to the accumulation of proteins associated with neurodegeneration, operates more efficiently in a lateral position. For an older adult who is already doing everything reasonable to protect long-term cognitive health, paying attention to sleep position costs nothing and carries no risk. The practical instruction is simple. Sleep on your side, left side preferred for the cardiovascular reasons we covered, though either side engages the glymphatic benefit. Keep your knees gently bent. Support them with a pillow. Keep your neck in neutral alignment with a pillow that fills the space between your ear and your shoulder without pushing your head upward. If you wake during the night on your back, simply return to your side. You do not need to maintain the position perfectly. The research suggests that the lateral position during the deeper phases of sleep is what drives the benefit, and the body naturally moves through sleep without our conscious direction. Now let us bring this together, briefly, because the list is short enough to remember. Left side sleeping works with the heart. Back sleeping with a supported neck decompresses the spine. Legs elevated overnight gives the lower body a genuine rest. The semi-fetal position lets the discs recover, and lateral sleeping gives the brain a chance to clear itself while you sleep. That is 5 positions. Most of them require nothing more than repositioning a pillow. Full positioning guidance and pillow recommendations for each are in the description below this video. Take a moment to save it. These are not dramatic interventions. They cost nothing. They ask only that you be intentional about something you are already doing every night. The woman in Okinawa who rises at 6 without stiffness or pain, she did not arrive at 94 by accident. She arrived there through thousands of small decisions accumulated over a lifetime. Sleep position is one of them. Tonight is a good time to start. Tonight, before you turn the light off, try one thing from this list. Just one. Move a pillow. Shift to your left side. Stack something under your calves. Start there. Then tell me in the comments which one you chose and how you felt in the morning. I genuinely want to know. If someone in your life is waking up stiff and sore and has just accepted it as normal, share this with them. It takes 10 seconds and it might change how they feel for years. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.